One of the cheapest ways we travel the world on cruise ships is by taking these cruises that I'm going to show you right now. I'm about to reveal to you the cheapest repositioning cruises across 10 different cruise lines in 2026. These are the types of cruises we take so that we can continue to travel the world full-time on cruise ships without killing our budget. And now I'm sharing this list with you. My name is Tori from KirkToriStory, where we sold our house in Canada and have been living on cruise ships full-time since 2022. So budget does matter a lot. Let's move fast, as some of these insane repositioning cruise deals are going to be gone before you know it. Top cheap repositioning cruise number 1 is on MSC Grandiosa for 14 nights. Beginning on April 18th, 2026, the MSC Grandiosa will be leaving Port Canaveral and going on its way to Barcelona in an interior cabin. It's currently listed for sale for $411 US, which works out to $29 US per night per person. Let that sink in. That's less than most airport sandwiches. So this is a 14-night transatlantic crossing, which starts, like I said, in Port Canaveral. It goes to Miami, St. Martin, Funchal, Portugal, and it ends in Barcelona, Spain. That's North America to Europe on a floating hotel with food and entertainment included. Let's also be real about extra costs. Of course, this price does not include things like flights to the cruise ship, internet, gratuities, and the occasional cappuccino that mysteriously costs $7. But even after all of that, this is still an insanely good deal. And yes, I have videos comparing transatlantic cruising versus flying, because sometimes the cruise is not just cheaper, it's actually smarter. And here's why MSC works for budget cruisers. MSC is perfect for this kind of sailing because they are big ships. They have strong entertainment. They have great food. They're clean. They have comfortable cabins. And yes, it's a perfectly good place to sleep. And at $29 a night, I don't know how anyone can pass that up. It's insane. So let me tell you that repositioning cruises are such a big part of how we keep our costs low while traveling full-time. You're not just taking a vacation, you're moving continents slowly, comfortably, and cheaply. Repositioning cruises are one of our favorite money-saving tools as full-time cruisers. What is a repositioning cruise? A repositioning cruise, or Repo cruise, happens when a ship needs to move from one region to another. So think Caribbean to Europe, Europe to South America, Alaska to Asia, that kind of thing. The cruise line needs to move the ship anyway, so instead of sailing it empty, they sell the cabins cheap. That's the loophole. And it's perfect for those of you who have time. Passengers who are long-term cruisers, retirees, remote workers, or anyone who's flexible. Remember, you will get your cabin, food, entertainment, transportation across the ocean. What more could you want? Now, I've got 9 more repositioning cruises for 2026 that come in at prices most people don't believe are real. I literally picked out the most inexpensive cruise from 10 different cruise lines. So keep watching to see 9 more insane deals. Cheap repositioning cruise number 2, Carnival. Carnival Freedom for 13 nights. It leaves on August 18th, 2026 from Port Canaveral, going again to Barcelona in an interior cabin for $620 per person total. So that works out to about $48 per night. The ports on this one include Bahamas, Gibraltar, Malaga, ending in Barcelona. Carnival gets labeled as the fun ship, and honestly, that's accurate. You get big shows, tons of casual food, lively atmosphere, and a ship that does exactly what it promises. Is it fancy? No. Is it fantastic value for crossing the Atlantic? Absolutely. Cheap repositioning cruise number 3, Sky Princess. Now let's jump to Princess Cruises. Their least expensive cruise for 2026 is on the Sky Princess for 14 nights, leaving March 8th, 2026. The Sky Princess will leave Port Canaveral and go on its way to Southampton, and this price in an interior cabin is $769 per person, which works out to $51 per night. So the ports on that one include Portugal, Morocco, Spain, and like I said, it ends in Southampton. Princess is a great middle ground cruise line. It's calm, it's polished, it's comfortable, and it's got excellent food. This is a very civilized way to cross the Atlantic. Cheap repositioning cruise number 4, Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas. Royal Caribbean fans, this one is amazing. So the Liberty of the Seas has a 15-night repositioning cruise that leaves on October 16th and goes right until Halloween, the 31st. So it leaves from Southampton and it goes on its way to Galveston in an interior cabin for $816, which works out to about $54 per night. And the ports on that one include Spain, we have 2 stops in Portugal, and it ends in Galveston, Texas. Liberty of the Seas is a Freedom class ship. So what that means is that it has big promenades, tons of entertainment, ice skating, and there's shows virtually every single night. This is one of those cruises where the ship itself is also the destination. Cheap repositioning cruise number 5, Holland America Rotterdam. Now, if you like quieter, classic cruising, pay attention. Holland America Rotterdam has a 14-night cruise leaving on March 22nd, going from Fort Lauderdale to Rotterdam in an interior cabin for $848, which works out to about $60 per night per person. The ports on that one include Falmouth, England, Portland, England, Southampton. You get to go to Belgium, and again, like I said, it ends in Rotterdam. Holland America does excellent food. They have comfortable beds. It's a calm atmosphere, fantastic enrichment programs, and this is one of our favorite lines for long-term sailings. Now, that's already 5 sailings, and if you want more information about some of the different cruise lines out there, I have a great playlist about which cruise line would suit you the best. I'll link it in the description below for you. Cheap repositioning cruise number 6, Cunard Queen Mary 2. Okay, now for the iconic sailing, the Queen Mary 2 for 8 nights. To be honest, I recommend this ship to people all of the time because it's not just a cruise ship, it's an ocean liner that is just a straight up classic transatlantic specialist at sea. Now you do have to hurry for this deal as it actually leaves New York on January 3rd, 2026. It's pretty much going directly to Southampton with no stops. So the Queen Mary 2 leaves on January 3rd from New York going to Southampton in an interior cabin for $490, which works out to about $61 per night. On Cunard, you will find formal nights, afternoon tea, old school elegance, and it really is one of my favorites for transatlantic cruises. I'll link a Cunard playlist for you in the description below. Cheap repositioning cruise number 7, Celebrity Constellation. Another strong value pick. So the Celebrity Constellation has a 15-night cruise that leaves on April 12th, 2026. The Celebrity Constellation leaves Tampa and it goes to Rome in an interior cabin for $920, which is about $61 per night. And the ports for that one include Bermuda, Portugal, Spain, and it ends in Rome. Celebrity is polished, modern, and food-forward. It's a great option if you want a slightly upscale feel without luxury pricing. Cheap repositioning cruise number 8, Norwegian Star. Norwegian always sneaks onto these lists. So the Norwegian Star has a 13-night repositioning cruise on April 13th, ending on April 26th, 2026. Leaving from Tampa, going to Lisbon in an interior cabin for $839, which is about $64 per night. The ports on that one include Key West, Porta Plata, St. Thomas, St. Martin, and it ends in Lisbon. Norwegian is flexible, casual, and easy. No dress codes, lots of dining options, and very approachable. Now, this next one is very different because it is so port intensive. So you will experience a whole lot of culture, maybe even culture shock on this cruise. Let me introduce to you cheap repositioning cruise number 9, Costa Fascinosa. Now, this one is wild. Costa Fascinosa for 20 nights. Leaving on March the 6th from the Caribbean, going to Barcelona in an interior cabin for $1,427, which works out to about $71 per night per person. This is very port intensive. So we have Guadalupe, St. Kitts, British Virgin Islands. We have 2 stops in the Dominican Republic, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, Canary Islands, Morocco, and it ends in Barcelona. 20 days, 11 ports at that price. And yes, check out my video on Costa Fascinosa. It isn't for everyone, but wow, there is just way too much value to not tell you about this one. And finally on my list, a real luxury wild card. Cheap repositioning cruise number 10, Azamara Quest. This is my luxury pick. I am really surprised about just how inexpensive this one is. We spent a month on this ship and I would like to show you just how amazing Azamara is by inviting you to watch this playlist here. Azamara Quest is a 12-night repositioning cruise that leaves on March 26th from Miami going to Lisbon in an interior cabin for $1,119, which works out to about $93 per night. The ports on this one include Bermuda and it ends in Lisbon. And here's the best part. On Azamara, the drinks are included. The gratuities are included. Azamara is destination focused. It's intimate and genuinely upscale. This is luxury cruising at a price that shouldn't exist. So there you have it. 10 cruise lines, 10 repositioning cruises, all in 2026, all insanely cheap. This is how we keep our costs low while traveling the world full-time on cruise ships. You don't need unlimited money. You need flexibility and the right strategy. And repositioning cruises, they're one of the best strategies out there. If you've received any value from this video, I would ask that you please like this video, share this video, and even comment below about which of these ships are your favorite, or if you would like to try one of these deals. I would love to hear from you. We are a small YouTube channel and want to share with you how we live this lifestyle of cruising full-time and how you can do it too. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.